And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah.
What's happening, everybody? Good day to you. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you guys. For those of you guys who are just joining us for the very first time, welcome to Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show, where we're coming to you live again every Wednesday night from Q4 Radio in the beautiful city of Chicago, Illinois. Ooh. It's so good to have you guys on board today. As always, my name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
It's really great to have you guys on board. For those of you who have never seen a Hawkwind's episode before, again, welcome. This is a really cool place for artists of Chicago to come on up and get onto our stage and tell their stories and talk about the ups, the downs, the sideways, the twists, the turns of the artistic world that we're living in. And we have a lot of fun along the way. We've had everyone from musicians to filmmakers, singer-songwriters, puppeteers, photographers, videographers. We've even had paranormal artists on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Shit, dude.
I was looking at all the people we've had on the show recently, Jay Smooth, and I was like, me and Jay definitely have a taste for the macabre.
Yeah, man.
It's exotic. The macabre is fun. The macabre is beautiful. It's death is a cool thing. It's the one thing we're all guaranteed in life.
That and taxes.
And I know a lot of people not paying their taxes. But anyways, it's really great to have you guys on board today. For those of you, again, just joining us, please, if you like the show, hit like, hit subscribe, share the show. Share it with a friend, share it with your girlfriend, share it with your wife. Just don't share it in the same group message.
Oh, too late. Frick.
You weren't married. Come on.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not after that text message.
Yeah. Woof. Well, again, if you guys enjoy the show, again, please share it. Check out some of our other videos as well. And we got a lot of fun stuff coming your way. But without further ado, what do you say we just get on into today's show?
Let's do it.
Today's guest is David Bates. Now, David is the lead singer of the great band Sinister Fate. They are a Chicago-based shock rock band formed in 2006, known for their intense metal sound and macabre horror-themed performances. They have toured extensively, released several albums and EPs, and have had their music featured on horror film soundtracks. Everybody, please welcome to Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show, David Bates.
Ooh, ooh.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Hey.
Welcome.
Having me.
Welcome to the show,
I'm
David.
Sans other guys, but it's fine.
Their spirits are around.
They're
There you
here.
go.
They're here in spirit.
We can summon them later in the show. Well, David, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks you guys for having me.
So for those who have never heard of David Bates before, tell us about yourself.
I'm a musician. Pretty much a lot of the stuff that you were describing, that sort of falls under that. I fall under that whole category. So, musician, bit of a sideshow performer, stuff like that. You know.
What side of sideshow performance?
Angle grinder, fire eating, fire breathing, stilt walking, snake charming, stupid human tricks.
Sweet.
That's the best way to call it, stupid human tricks. And we do that a little bit of some of that stuff with Sinister Fate, and we try to incorporate it. At least the angle grinder. So if people see pictures online, or I got that apparatus and there's like just big sparks coming off. That's what it is.
Now with your angle grinder, cordless angle grinder or corded?
Corded.
Why?
From everything that I've ever learned, like cordless, yeah, in theory is a good idea, but the wattage a lot of the times doesn't really add up, or especially if you forget to charge it, or what have you. Like I just prefer actually having a wire.
Yeah, that seems like what most people prefer sometimes.
Yeah,
we had another guest, Ammunition.
Miss Ammunition.
Yeah, she said the same thing.
Yeah. Now, what drew you into this? Did you guys kind of establish the band and its image of horror and macabre around your interests, or did you kind of discover a lot of that along the way?
It's always been a thing for me just growing up. Like I've always been into horror movies, and like since I don't know 4 or 5 years old, watching movies that I should not have been watching at the age that I watched them at, and that stuff like that. So like I've always had an interest in a lot of the goth aesthetic and horror movies and scary shit and hot goth girls. Elvira obviously was is definitely one. A lot of that, just that aesthetic. So like grew up listening to Alice Cooper and like Motley Crue, especially during like the early years. a lot of that like Typo Negative, Nine Inch Nails, like that's a lot of that is what I grew up in the early like in the '90s listening to, and that. So it's like it's always been a thing like with me, horror. So it just it went into the music, and like I always like theatrical bands, and I think it's good to put on a show. And when you hear some bands are sort of against gimmicks or that type of thing. Every band has a gimmick. Every band.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And the horror macabre genre is so fun to explore because heavy metal attracts that crowd automatically. And for those who have never heard the band, I'd highly suggest check out their music videos. Your music video, Meet Mr. Scratch, yeah. I absolutely loved it. It was horror macabre. It was German expressionism.
Very, very much.
Tell us a little bit about the making of that music video.
That actually, if you're familiar with we actually use a lot of the footage from this old 1920 something, like it just celebrated its 100-year anniversary.
Public domain.
Yeah. So we were able to like splice in, and the guy who filmed for us, Vito Marchese, we were talking about doing the video. I was like, we could maybe film stuff. And he's like, well, I got a bunch of green screen. We could just put you in the movie. I was like, all right, I'm into this idea. I'm like, let's explore this. So we started coming up with ideas of like, okay, what's the story going to be about as we're filming this, and we just having us react to different things. And there's a lot of German expressionism, like the over exaggerated laughs and just all the stuff that went into it. We had a lot of fun doing it. Just there's a lot of pictures that we posted like on our pages and stuff of just us goofing around, like so. It definitely came out of love for horror movies. Like a lot of our videos all have some inspiration of, or there's something to do with horror movies in it.
It was so fun to watch it too. The devils shaking their tongues and everything. It was so fun. That's so funny though that it was those people were in the public domain. Those people are long dead now. You have dead people in music video.
I do. It must be a weird. It is definitely a funny thing to think of that these people who are long fucking dead by now. Like I said, the movie came out in like the 1920s, so like they're long gone now. To be still being to still be in film and still doing stuff, like that's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people think that way with film and entertainment. It's a capture of light and human light. It captures people in time and a place and keeps their spirit alive in a way, which is kind of spooky. It was funny too because I was watching it and I was like, man, these actors are really great. They're really nailing this like 20s macabre horror film. I love it. And but that's so funny now to hear that.
They only got basically the band are the only people who are actually alive that were in the video.
Yeah.
Everybody else is fucking dead by now.
That's so fun. Now, where do you guys come up with the ideas of making these music videos? Because the other one was found footage. You do a lot of just like public announcement kind of videos.
Hell of a lot of weed.
Hell of a lot of weed. Where does the brainstorming all come? It's weed. What's the process of writing this all down and making up the story plot?
That is a fantastic question. I said it just a lot of times the ideas they just sort of like come to me, or there's a lot of visual. Like I watch a lot of fucking movies, a lot of horror movies. Like I'm definitely a cinephobe, or I think whatever it's called. So I definitely am all about the film. So watching, I'll watch a movie and go, man, that would be cool if it was in a music video or something. And like our newest video, Believe, we implemented a lot of like stuff like The Purge, in particular Purge election year. They Live from John Carpenter. Even some of the like Kubrick stuff, like in the video, I'm sort of just sitting there, like smiling like this, doing that Kubrick stare where you're this that unnerving, all those elements, is what made the video. And like, we'll be filming something and we'll have, sometimes there's been a few times when as we're filming it going, oh wait, what if we did this instead? And then change. Like there's a lot of times spontaneity, like as we're filming stuff, like the very end of Mr. Scratch. We were filming the video, and as our guitar player was playing out those last notes and letting it ring out, we're just sort of standing there watching the notes ring out, and it just at that moment just sort of hit me, and I'm like, no, take off your hat and do like a bow, and then go back up. And he did, and like when you watch it in the video, you're like, oh wow, that must have been so planned. No, that was literally on that moment where I was like, you know what? Do that. It's it's like because especially in a lot of those movies they would have little endings like that, and after just about put the heads up and then it closes up. It's like, so we try to pull from a lot of film and stuff, like anything that I can get inspiration from, I look at.
That is a really cool part of the song. The very end, it reminded me a lot of Yes, the band Yes, where just like those like simple, beautiful guitar picks, and at the end, it's like it's a good way to just kind of end it, leave you on a home.
Gives you that yeah.
Now, with a lot of horror, people talk about the reason for horror, the reason that people like it so much. Maybe sometimes it's a mirror of society. Maybe sometimes it's finger pointing at the man. Sometimes it's something totally even different and something we can't explain. What is the message that you guys try to send with your music and the horror theme?
Another good question.
I came prepared. I did my homework on
I
you guys.
appreciate that. Usually it's, how'd you come up with the name? Dude, I don't even know how fuck I came up with the name at this point. Like, there's so many. So now I started making up stories now. I'm like, I don't know, I found a Cracker Jack box, like just generic answers, Honestly, like the macabre, definitely does play like a huge part in it. I could definitely say I'm very nihilistic. Like I don't really have a good point of view on the world, especially currently, especially in our city right now currently.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
So like I just sort of I see people for how they are, which is usually shit.
True.
So like I try to get a lot of it's just our music is trying to, get out our frustrations and like even like with like I try to stay away from like the political aspect of shit. I'm not really a fan of politics, but with everything how everything's going on, we couldn't not, it just sort of came organically. And when we wrote the song Believe, and like a lot of lyrics, like it's just me really being spiteful and just I'm a very spiteful creature. Like I'm very spiteful. So just it's us getting the innards out, like that's really what Sinister Fate music is letting out that shit. Because sometimes you gotta let it out,
Hell yeah. Now the writing process, what is that like? Is it a one-man band or is it a complete collaboration with all of you guys?
Absolute chaos. It's a group effort, like it's definitely a group effort. We come, it's either me or Leo or Rico, we come up with the riff, and then we sort of expand on it and sort of like see where we can go with it. And just, it's definitely collaborative. Like I could come up with I got a riff for a song, like a verse, but it's like, I don't know what the fucking chorus is, guys. So figure it out for me. So we'll play that verse, for like 20 minutes, just same thing over and over. And then finally, like, okay, now we figured out and we just grow organically with it,
Yeah. Now you guys have been going since 2006. Tell us how that's been to be together in a band for this long.
Insanity, like that's definitely comes to mind. To be doing it as long, I mean, I'm the only original member technically. Rico, the Omen, he's been in about 14, 15 years now. So like him and I would sort of just say that we've been in the longest, and we've been around just, that long. So it's to see, like a lot of the bands that we played with, they're not around. A lot of the venues we played, they ain't around. Like there's a lot, the entire music landscape, especially for like Chicago, is very different than it was even 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Like social media, definitely. Social media helps and hurts us at the same time. Like, like I remember, going out, handing out flyers, and, you go to like, we'd play like at, places like in Chicago, and, you'd go to like, Beyond the Limit or Rolling Stones or some of these like places to put up your flyers, and, like that's where everybody hung out. Now nobody really hangs out and does stuff. So it's like all social media aspect is rough. Because, people say they're going to your show. It's like, there's 50 going. Cut that in half. And then cut that in half. And then maybe you're about right, And it's even the same with the maybes, too. You cut that in half and then that in half.
Yeah. That's the big thing that a lot of musicians say on the show, is especially those who, were around well before the tech boom. I don't want to say well before the tech boom, but, as a musician, did you ever think that you'd have to be doing more social media stuff and be posting things and video and photo content?
No. Like,
and who does that for the band?
Me.
Yeah?
Mostly me. I do a lot of the social media stuff and try to keep up with, like I know we were talking about doing Twitch now, and like I'm like, dude, there's my phone has so many fucking apps where it's like, all right, did I post here? Gotta post here, like for the show today, it's like, all right, post on Facebook, post on Instagram, post on X, post on YouTube, post on here. Okay, I got them all covered now. Snapchat, I gotta put on Snapchat too. Like there's so many that I don't know, like it's getting a bit much. Like I don't know. It's taking away the human quality of it. Like people just they can't just enjoy stuff anymore. I feel like it's just instant gratification, and then you're on to what's the next thing. Especially like when bands try to put out albums or anything like that. It's incredibly difficult because everybody wants to they want that single, and then and then it's very shallow now. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. Now, forget the Insta gratification and all that and the social media stuff. What gives you the most gratification as a musician?
Playing shows. Like, easily playing shows, going on tour, stuff like that, Music videos are fun, making albums are fun, but, there's a lot of headaches that come with it. And, playing shows is, that's the money shot. That's where you want to, you want to get that high, playing shows.
Now, where's your favorite place that you've ever performed?
Just a few. There's one that's no longer around. A few that are no longer around. Nightcap in Chicago was sort of our home bar. We played there. We debuted there. We played a lot of shows there. Livewire right now is, I would say currently, like Livewire, Reggie's I fucking really dig, if they ever answer their emails. Trying to think. We played Concord. Concord was fun.
Oh yeah.
House of Blues it was really cool just to play, just to to be on that stage. That's fun. Yeah, I'd say right now like Livewire or Reggie's is probably like the most fun I've had playing at places.
Now, do you prefer performing around Chicago, or would you rather go out to other cities and perform?
I'm about to talk some shit now.
Talk your shit, man.
I like Chicago.
Here comes Gary, Indiana.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
We try to avoid Indiana now. Chicago, I don't know, man. I see on message boards, I see chatter within like all the other bands and all the stuff going on. The scene is dead. Oh no, it's not. It's just your surroundings, or this or that. Chicago's shitty right now. There's a lot of bands there's a lot of cliquey bands. There's a lot of like, there's a lot of clickiness going on, and a lot of people who are just really two-faced, and it's very disappointing to see, because there's a lot of people like, oh dude, love your show, oh you guys were so good, and then talk shit about you like later, and then you hear it and you're like, dude, why were you even here, man? Like why'd you come out? Like shit like that. And I don't know, I sort of prefer playing out of state now.
Yeah. Like
we get respected more when you play like out of state. I don't know. We've played Vegas, we played LA, we've played a couple. We played Phoenix, all the Colorado. All these places gave us really like to the point where we just sort of looked at each other and we're like, really? Like they're like they want to see more music. Like they're really hungry for music. And out here, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's really disappointing.
Yeah. Now, what would you like to see different about the Chicago music scene?
Less cover bands. That'd be nice.
We get it. We've heard Journey a million times already.
I have friends that are in cover bands or tribute bands. Excuse me. I get it. I understand. I get it. But do we really need 5 Metallica tribute bands in Chicago?
No.
Do we really need 5 fucking Metallica tribute bands, or fucking 3 Megadeth, or like it's not necessary. And then there's a lot of these cover bands that are out there. It's like the band, like the real band is still around, right? Like like you want to go fucking see some of these bands. Go see the real band. If you're really really that much of a fan of like some like a national act, then go see the fucking national act. Pay the money and go see it. Like a lot of people don't realize, like musicians, we get paid dick, and we get nothing out. Like a lot of time, it's not as glamorous as it really is always appears to be.
Preach, brother.
You know, I understand the cover bands and all that stuff, but to me, you're just a glorified jukebox. You know, and I have a lot of friends who are in cover bands. We play with cover bands. I have no problem, but when it gets to like Nirvana tribute bands, that makes sense. Soundgarden, that makes sense. Motorhead, that makes sense. They're no longer around. That's just my take on it. Like,
fair point. Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. I went to Nashville one time, and so there's like this long street, I think it's like Broadway Street or something, where every single bar has cover bands in it, and for $20 you can ask them to play, and they'll play any song, which is cool, you know, that they know all the songs and shit. But literally every single bar was a cover band, every one of them. So I was like, where are like the original acts at? That's what I want to go see. But I kind of agree with you on that one, man. We don't need
and it
12.
kills the music. That to me kills the music scene a bit, because it's these cover bands are getting $500-$600 guarantees.
Yep.
And then, you know, you're in a original band, and you're, you know, and these venues, you know, they ask you to book the other bands to help book the show, ask you to make the flyer, ask you to make the event page. They basically want you to do all the work, and then, you know, here's $40.
Here's a drink ticket and a meal.
You get drink tickets?
You
get meals?
We get one.
Wow. Oh yeah. You know, usually it's like, all right, you got each one of you guys get a drink ticket. It's one ticket. It's for like PBR.
Yep.
You know, like I said, these cover bands getting $500-$600 guarantees and shit. I'm like, really? And these, you know, like you're just, yeah, it takes talent to learn the stuff, but you're not writing it. You're not grinding to fucking write these songs. Like, you're not coming up going, you know, as a creative person, like, you're just copy and pasting, man. You're looking it up going, all right, 0, 1. Oh, I figured it out. Cool. You know, like I said, yeah, it does take talent. Yes, it does, but it's all there for you.
Mm-hmm. Fair, yeah. And you know, you guys do a really good job of, you know, getting outside of the normal and the standard, just, you know, band performance, especially with your sideshow stuff. I got a lot of questions about those.
Okay.
What, you know, when did you learn a lot of these, and did you kind of learn them over time? Who taught you? And is there a trick or like something that you're trying to learn that you haven't learned yet?
I started doing it, I don't know, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, something like that. It just, I was always into that, like, you know, the sideshow stuff like that. And then the person that I was with at the time, she was getting into like burlesque and stuff like that. So we sort of just started doing it together. She would help out with the band. She would join the band on stage, stuff like that. But then we just like
it always comes back to a firecracker, doesn't it?
It always does. It always comes back to that. You know.
Same, brother.
So. You know, like, it is what it is. Like, I have better memories than I have shitty memories, so I keep it at that and I run with that. So, like, I enjoyed, you know, we got to as we were doing Sinister Fate and doing the side stuff, me, her, and like a bunch of our other friends, we started doing like we started sort of doing our own thing. Like, we did like Nightmare on Chicago Street, or Nightmare on it's Elgin Street now. Mm-hmm. We did those for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years straight. We used to perform at Exit, like, every Thursday for
Exit.
For Bonja Go-Go. You know, I keep hearing it's going to come back, man. I keep hearing that.
One can only fucking dream, man.
You know,
the amount of memories I've had at Exit. And honestly, I think I saw you guys at Exit a few years ago, like when you guys were doing the thing on the second floor and stuff like that.
Was that Thursday?
Most likely.
That was Bonja Go-Go.
Yeah.
There was people getting chained.
People
getting handcuffed and chained. And
that was my favorite day to go.
So, I was there like pretty much, I don't know how many years straight, just every Thursday. You know, sometimes we do Saturdays for like, we do like a takeover thing, do a Saturday, be on top of the bar shooting sparks and being way too intoxicated that we should be playing with power tools, but we were. You know,
safety first, kids.
Yeah.
Or second.
I have only hurt myself twice.
Only
Twice. I've never set myself on fire yet, but I've only hurt myself twice.
Which one was the worst time you've hurt yourself out of those?
It was
two?
on my hand.
How did that happen?
I don't know if you guys can.
With the grinder.
You guys don't get to see this, but you can see like it was so it was right there. So it was the first day of a tour, very first song. I leaned back, and I guess I was too close to something or whatever, and the wheel like grind on it real quick. So I went. Zzz, I'm like, oh shit, and we went about the set. And then finally, like after the first song, I looked down, my hands just covered in blood. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Oh shit.
But I'm like, we can't stop. So we did the set and everything like that. And then afterwards, the band that we were touring with, Graveyard Boulevard, Stacy, she comes up and she goes, "Did you put anything on it yet?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Come on." So we had Jack backstage and we cleaned it properly.
Oh yeah.
That fixed it. Yeah, I'm not, other than that, never severely hurt myself. And I've done the fire eating, did the fire breathing, which I've had a couple friends, where incidents have happened, and that's the thing is when you're doing stupid human tricks, you have to be prepared that your chances are you're going to bleed.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. Yeah. Something will happen. It's a matter of when. You're going to cut yourself or like. My ex, she used to do glass walking, and that was one I was just like, nah, I can't. I can't do that. I prefer, like, we did suspensions, like human suspensions, where they put the hooks in your back, and, you get way up and you swing around, go wee, and shit like that.
Have you been suspended by hooks, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I've done that half a dozen times, about a dozen times. So we've done
on
that.
stage or
A couple times on stage, we did that.
Sheesh.
We did that. That was fun. Yeah, suspensions. The suspensions.
How does one get into hook suspensions? Because I used to be a piercer, and I went to Vegas one time to train for the APP or whatever, to train how to do like hooks and shit. But like I ended up not going because for some fucking reason. But
you get woozy?
No, I mean, I wanted to. They were like, yo, because I was practicing to do piercings, and they were like, do you want to come with me to Vegas for the APP thing to like learn how to do like all cool like hook suspension stuff? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I think I couldn't get like a ticket on time or something like that. I forgot, man. But how does one get into that?
You gotta know a guy.
That makes sense.
You gotta know a guy. That community is very tight, very like closed off. Like there's a few people who do it's the guy who did my suspensions, Kaz. He was like, I trusted him with my life like numerous times. So like you gotta sort of like he was the only guy that ever did mine. I know there's a Wasteland out in like Joliet. Like they're good. There's a few good people out there. Like you just have to be cautious. Honestly, cleanliness is always a big thing. But yeah, I've seen suspension stuff like the movie Strangeland. Like that was definitely like an eye opener for me when I was really young, seeing that and being like, I want to fucking do that. Like that looks fun. I just do the backs. Like I've seen other places where they suspend, where they'll put the hook through your neck, like here, and then they'll suspend or the knees. Like those, I'm just like, I'm good with my back. Like I'm good with that. Like I can't do like or here and like that. I'm just like
I assume you have like a tolerance for pain from like a scale of 1 to 10. What would you say is like the pain on that?
On what suspensions?
Hook suspensions.
It's a 10.
10.
Especially, and then the next day it's 11.
Oh shit. Would you say the next day's worse?
Next day's 11. Because that's when your body because you suspend, like say you're suspending Saturday. Your body's, you probably had some drinks. Definitely you need some drinks before you're going to do that. Not too many because then you'll bleed. But, you do the suspension shit and, your body's got all these endorphins, all this adrenaline, all these things all these chemicals are running wild in you. And then, the next day, Sunday, when you wake up in bed, your body's now calm. Everything that was like, everything's calm now. So all the pain kicks in. So now you're just laying there going, oh.
How do you recover from that normally? Do you just like rest it off or like walk it off or whatever? Or is there anything you take or something?
I smoke a lot of weed, a lot of edibles, and just sort of like, I don't move or do much, because honestly, you really can't. It depends if you like, because I go pretty hard, like suspending wise, like I'll fucking swing back and forth crazy wise and just have people grab my legs and throw them and just if you're gonna do it, then do it. But then the next day, it's just
Sucks.
You're just laying there, just like, oh, why do I do this to myself every time?
Now, is there another trick or performance that you've been wanting to do that you haven't tried yet?
Not really. Like all the stuff that there could be sword swallowing, but I'm like,
You can't sing and sword swallow.
yeah, I can't do that. The broken glass stuff, I'm not really like, I can never do that. I thought it'd be fun. I thought it would be funny, but then it'd be a comedy thing, and I don't want to do that, especially for the band. Like I thought about dumping out like a bag of Legos. Really, like really selling. It's like, nah.
That's funny.
But I thought that'd be too comical for the band.
Sheer pain. Legos.
You think you know pain? Here,
Legos. On the Legos.
It's the big Legos too. The extra pointy.
You guys start whipping each other with Hot Wheel tracks.
Like it just.
Night show is brought to you by Mattel.
I'm sure. You
You never know where a sponsorship can come from. Oh man, it is really fun though, and you got to be careful with that. Do you guys do a lot of safety precautions and double check? Do you have like a stage hand that helps you with all of that?
Usually it's just like if when it was the burlesque performing sideshow, all that stuff. Yeah, we would usually just watch out for each other. Honestly, like the Sinister Fate shows, I'm pretty self-sustaining. I can take care of myself. I don't really need anybody to like help me with my grind or anything like that. But no, usually, like I said, the burlesque and sideshow stuff, we would have somebody sort of helping out, like my kid or something or whatever.
Yeah. Now that's pure high octane rock and roll that you guys do. Have you guys? And I know it's probably easy to get lost in the sauce when you're, rocking that hard. Have you ever gone too far on stage where you had to pull back and you're like, oh, shit, what the fuck did I just do?
Not that I know of. I mean, there's been a couple shows where I had too many libations. And, I saw pictures, so I know I was there. But there's been a couple shows after the show where I'll lean over to my bass player. I'm like, hey, were we good? Like, I don't remember a fucking thing. Like, I don't remember. Did I stumble any time during the lyrics? He's like, no, why? I'm like, no reason. He didn't fucking know. So, but I was like, all right, cool. So I didn't fuck up any lyrics and didn't do anything stupider than usual or anything like that. He's like, no, why? Wait, why? Just curious. That's all.
Now, what do you think is the wildest thing that has happened on stage with you guys?
I mean, wildest. I mean, we used to have Naughty Nuns come on stage during one of our songs, and the one nun that came on stage. This was early in Sinister Fate, and she like deep throated a cross. It was It was one of those big those big shitty costume store crosses. Like it was like this big. She deep throated the whole thing to the fucking bass while she was sitting on my lap. So I fucked up the lyrics. I lost my train of thought at that time. My drummer, he lost his train of thought at the time, because we both just she's sitting there going to town, licking it, and then all of a sudden just whoop.
Oh, whoa. And who is this again? I'm just kidding.
Did she learn that in Catholic school?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Oh, man. Now, how does the audience respond to a lot of this? Do these guys go nuts? Do you find more good reviews than people giving you shit about the stuff you guys do?
I mean, we do. We get. I've heard. On stage, I'll rip up the Bible and throw it out in the audience and do shit like that. And so, I've heard the comment of, "Oh, I thought you guys were really nice until you ripped up the Bible and started doing that. Just did you have to do that? Did you really?" Yes. Shit like that. Some certain songs, we've gotten comments for. We get the post of Jesus loves you and he's coming, just shit like that, like on our like our YouTube and stuff like that. We'll see comments under our music videos and see Jesus loves you and that's great and all and stuff like that. It's mostly the anti-religious stuff I always get in trouble for, stuff like that. Some of the sexual stuff, people especially the Naughty Nun stuff, or we used to have this one T-shirt that I want to bring back. It had a chick on the front. She was fucking herself with a cross.
Hell yeah.
And so, like, I've been wanting to bring that shirt. I wanted to, like, rival that Cradle of Filth shirt. Jesus is a cunt. Oh,
Hell
all
yeah.
right. I gotta top that.
Now, those might be some bad reviews or good reviews, depending on how you look at it.
They're all good.
What
go.
what do you think is some of the best feedback you guys have gotten from your art?
That we've definitely, since when we started till now, like, every album has been better. Like, every step we've taken has been, progress, which is always good, because you don't want to hear, yeah, you guys were better, like, 5 years ago, or, you guys were better 10 years ago. To hear that, man, I thought you guys were good, but now, you guys sound way better now. And just to constantly evolving, keep evolving and keep, getting praise for it, That's what you want.
Right. Now, you talk about your growth throughout the years. Where would you like to be with the band 5 to 10 years down the line?
Actively touring, that'd be nice. Yeah. Like, actively touring. Like, I don't want to tour a lot. I'm getting up there in age. We're all getting up there in age and shit. And, just to steadily do it. Like, do a couple tours every year.
What's like one band that you would want to tour with? Like like if you can pick any band in the world, dead or alive, even like which, like your dream
You said
tour.
dead or alive.
Dream
I'm like,
tour.
Like I say, okay, alive right now, Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
That's an easy one. Like Alice Cooper for sure. Like, he's still. I saw him a few years ago, and he was still awesome.
Still sick. Hell yeah.
Once upon a time it would have been Motley Crue, but now not so much. That's why I always tell my band, I'm like, if I get to Vince Neil, just tell me. Like, if like my singing starts getting really, if you go, bro, Vince Neil. Oh, really? Oh,
Damn.
Time to hang it
It's
up.
about that
all right,
time.
cool. Thank you for letting me know then. Like, I would rather have that, because, like, it's rough. It's rough to watch. Even Axl Rose, like he's better, surprisingly. But, like, a lot of these bands, like, yeah, Alice is still fucking rocking. So, like, I would alive Alice without even thinking.
What about dead?
Motorhead.
Motorhead. Hell yeah. Freaking love Motorhead. Dude.
I want to be Lemmy when I grow up.
Dude.
Eventually.
Same, bro.
We all want to be Lemmy when we grow up.
We really do.
Yeah.
That's actually my only religious tattoo.
You got a lot of tats, man. Can you give us a little tour?
There's just a ton of shit here. A lot of horror stuff. I got Clive Barker's autograph here, Doug Bradley's autograph here, Pentagram, Dracula, more Dracula, Nightmare Before Christmas, Supernatural, stuff like that.
What's your very first tattoo?
Actually this. The Dreamcatcher and the Wolf Howling at the Moon. I thought it was cool at 16. Wasn't.
That's still cool.
We all have tattoos that we regret when we were 16. I got this rock and roll on my hands, and every time I show it to people, they're like, "Where's the and?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, bro. I got it when I was 16, bro."
And like when an asterisk, like with your tongue.
No, you just got to do like a fucking Hulk, Hollywood Hogan when you're like rock and roll, and they're like, "Where's the and?" It's right down there. Down where? Down here.
There you go. Suck it.
You can have that one for free.
There you go.
A dick tattoo. And
See, there you go. The N.
It's right here. Suck it.
I got in a lot of trouble when I was younger for that.
Dude, didn't we all?
it was the Attitude Era. Can you blame
It
the
was.
kid?
It really was. Like, everybody was fucking telling everybody to suck it. Like, it was. That was the time right there.
The 90s was a very overly aggressive, toxic, masculine time, I think.
It was. I think like the 2000s is where it really, like, the ruthless aggression era, like that era, like 2000s, man.
No.
That's when excess got really, like, it didn't really, like, we had Girls Gone Wild in 2000, shit like that, like some weird.
That's true.
The late 90s and 2000s, some of the stuff that, like, aired was just a bit much. Like, everybody loves the Attitude Era, but, like, I grew up, like, I've been watching wrestling. I can remember Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant, like, live on TV as it happened. Wow. So I've watched everything up till now, and like the 90s were fucking terrible. Yeah. Like, the New Gen era was fucking terrible. It was horrible. But the Attitude Era, like, yes, it was amazing for wrestling, but not all of it was good either. Like, you know, there are some things that there's some things that they can't put on like the network because it's just there's like
Frick. They don't even allow like headshots anymore, like with steel chairs.
No.
They don't allow that. They allow no blood anymore, or I don't know if they do.
No,
now.
they do blood
They do
occasionally
now?
now.
Yeah.
They've been starting to do blood more.
Fuck,
I know
man.
AEW does a lot of blood. Like John Moxley, like
Yeah.
he sneezes and he just bleeds everywhere. So, but like WWE, it's like the WWE I feel does it right. You only use blood when it's sort of necessary.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when it's a big feud, you know, these guys have been feuding for like, you know, 6 months and they're their big blow off matches in a steel cage. There should be
go.
blood. Or just like
Yeah.
their blowout, their big, you know, WrestleMania matches like a last man standing match. There should be blood.
We interview a lot of wrestlers. Do you have any favorite wrestlers that you like admire or whatever, like to watch?
I'll go by decades. How about
Okay,
that? I'll
there
go
you
by
go.
decades. The 80s was Jake the Snake Roberts, Rowdy Piper. I wasn't really a Hogan or Warrior fan. Like, I get it, but I wasn't really. I liked, you know, Jake the Snake Roberts came out at WrestleMania with a giant fucking snake on his back and Alice Cooper leading him.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
sold. At that point, I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is the greatest thing ever. And then fucking, I think the same fucking WrestleMania, Ozzy comes out with the British Bulldogs. Like, bro.
R.I.P. Ozzy.
Like that, like, how could you not, like, be like, okay, this is fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
But, like, Jake, Rowdy, I think who else in the 80s? I know I'm missing somebody, but those are the two that stick out for me in the 80s. The 90s, like, I like Shawn and Hunter and DX. Like,
hell yeah.
I was more DX than NWO.
Yeah.
I like, truthfully, like, I just like DX better. I was a big Owen Hart fan. Like, I loved Owen Hart. ECW was the shit
Dude,
back in
yeah.
the 90s. Like, I used to watch ECW when it was on channel 60 or 62 out in Chicago, which was like, you know, but it was on at like 2 a.m.
Shit.
2 or 3 in the morning. You know, it's like it was on at 2 a.m. and then like at 3, that's when like Girls Gone Wild commercial would play, and it just. Like I was lucky enough to go to a real ECW show back in the day, like at the
shit.
Aragon, like a real, not the WWE ECW, but like the actual
The real
ECW.
shit,
Like
yeah.
it was seeing New Jack dive off the fucking Aragon, the bank, like it was just fucking nuts. Like and I got a free ticket out of that, so that was
hell
like
yeah.
my buddy. He was a big Stone Cold fan. He was all like, "Oh, Stone Cold," and he got tickets, and he's like, you want to go to this show ECW? I've never heard of it. I'm like, bro, how you're a Stone Cold, like, dude, that's where the Stone Cold character came from. How do you not know? So we went and he fucking lost his shit.
Hell yeah.
Like the thousands of shit like Eddie Guerrero and Jericho and, you know, still Shawn and Hunter and you know, it's like I dig Randy Orton. Now, fuck. Aleister Black, Karrion Kross, although he's not in WWE anymore. Bray Wyatt was always a favorite of mine.
yeah,
Like
he was pretty good.
I won't lie. Like in a lot of the stuff that I've done with Sinister Fate, there's like on stage and stuff. I've stolen a little bit here and there from wrestling,
Yeah.
just as influence. Like I've walked out with the fucking lantern and shit, but wore like a skull mask and shit. Cause like it's cool shit. It's like you look at like that's definitely could be definitely another influence is wrestling. You know,
Is there a Sinister Fate song that you would come out to if you were a wrestler?
What would be a good one? Nah, I'd say Scars of the Monster. I can roll with that.
yeah.
I can run with that.
And then what would your wrestling name be? Or would it still be just David Bates?
Yeah, David Bates. I'd still run with that. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good
That
name.
is a good name, yeah.
It's got a ring to it.
Now, going back to the band, you know, you guys have been at it for such a long time now. How do you keep that energy going? And how do you know, you're talking about getting older now. Sometimes it is harder. I believe you, man. Once I turn 30, all the check engine lights start coming on. You know, I want to know, what is your process like for a show, for touring? Do you stretch? What's your pregame ritual before you get up on stage? And how do you bring that energy?
I do a lot of curls. A lot of curls.
Hell yeah.
Beer biceps?
Beer biceps. You know, stuff like that.
Beerceps, if you will.
I know Rico stretches and does that stuff. I don't really stretch or do any of that. Like, he runs around a lot, jumps off the stage, and you know, there's been like he's getting older too, and I keep fucking busting his balls. I'm like, keep jumping off those stages, man. I'm like, there's a reason why I stopped doing it. I gingerly get down off of things now, or gingerly climb things, you know. I'm trying to think of one show he did. It was recent. I think what show we were at, and it was a big leap. And I saw how far it was, and I'm like, man, I hope he's not gonna do what I think he's gonna do.
Oh shit.
And it's usually during like I Love to Say Fuck, our last song, and I'm watching him, and I could see him gear, and I'm like, oh man, he barely made that jump.
Hell yeah. And I love to say fuck. That's a Wednesday 13 song, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Actually,
Hell yeah, I freaking love Wednesday
that
13 and Joey Jordison.
Murder Dolls, or even
Murder Dolls, yeah, there you go.
Well, the first time it was Frankenstein Drag Queens from Planet 13. That was his first band, like with actually the guys who were in Graveyard Boulevard that we toured with. They were in Wednesday's band.
Cool. Yeah.
So I actually got to do what the hell did I do with them once? 1976 with them. So that was sort of cool to be fronting the fucking Frankenstein Drag Queens. Like, that was cool. I'm trying to think. So it was like, it was Frankenstein Drag Queens. Then Murder Dolls re-recorded it. Then Wednesday 13 re-recorded it. Like, that song's been recorded.
It's a good song.
It's a fun song. Like, I always want. It's a good show pleaser.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like to say fuck?
Fuck everyone. Fuck. Stuff. Season on your language, it's nice. It's a nice.
It's flavor. That's all. It's just flavor.
A little pepper. A little fucking pepper.
I really, honestly, I really don't even swear like a lot in our actual music, like in the Sinister Fate songs. Like I try to use swearing to punctuate stuff, like I could say, the body count is about to rise, so many people need to die. Body count's about to rise, so many people need to fucking die. It adds a little more like, I really want these motherfuckers to die. Yeah. I think swearing should only be used to really flavor it up,
For sure. You can convey a lot with a fuck, a fuck.
You can. And then you just end this, and then how we end this up with just nothing but fucks. So.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a punctuation. Like, you can have like an exclamation point fuck. You can have a question mark fuck. Fuck?
There are so many. We actually have
period fuck.
Before we play the song, we have like this little sample we play. It's like
you love period fucks.
Hey,
just kidding.
It's all right to dive in the water, just don't drink. They
don't call me vampire for nothing. Just kidding, America.
No, he's not.
Oh shit.
It's okay. We don't kink shame here.
There
it's
you
okay.
go.
Whatever, as long as you're not a weirdo into feet, then you're fine.
Oh well.
Or furry, like.
Oh fuck, those are my two. I better go.
No, we like our people who like the feet and the furries.
Now, speaking of capturing horrors and horror on film, some of your music has been displayed in some horror films. Can you tell us a little bit about what that process was like? What song was it? What movie was it in? And how was it when you got to see the movie and you saw your music being featured in the movie?
It's really cool. It's definitely, obviously, it's very cool. A lot of the movies were like independent horror movies, stuff like that. I have a friend who directs like a bunch of horror movies, and so we have some friends that that are in like the indie horror scene and stuff. So I mean, honestly, it was just like, hey, you mind if we use your songs for like this and that? I'm like, no, I would hate that. That'd be terrible. Don't use our music for anything. The one that was called Dark Realm, and it's like, I think it's like streaming on Amazon, so you can find it on Amazon and shit. There's a movie premiere for it and stuff like that, so we got to go and just to see two of our songs pop up, and some pretty cool scenes. So like that was awesome. Like to sit there and be like, yeah, that's our music, cool, right on. I would like to try to get our music in more more horror. Our music is definitely geared for the horror genre, obviously, and we've been at a bunch of different Days of the Dead horror conventions where we've had tables. We've been in Chicago and like Kentucky and shit like that, and did the days. And those horror conventions are just fun.
They are.
They really are.
They really are. You get to meet all the icons. Svengoolie always pops up at the one out here. Last time I was there, Dave England of Freddy Krueger fame.
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund.
Yes.
What am I thinking? Robert Englund. Yeah, he was there. They had like all the gloves and stuff there. It was cool. Horror conventions are fun, kids.
They really, but they're fucking expensive now.
They are.
They really are now.
It's a good way to support some local artists, though. I always love seeing the cool vendors and all the weird shops and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of the cool like local vendors and stuff that are there, or just like are traveling around. Because some of these vendors like they travel around with the Days of the Dead. Like we'll see, we've been at the like Chicago one, we were at the Indianapolis one, we were at the Kentucky one. We saw like a couple of the same people that we were like, hey, weren't they at the other one? It's like, yeah, so they like travel around with it and stuff. I mean, that's some people that's their ways of making money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Now, if you were able to collaborate with any film creator, horror, comedy, whatever genre, what director, what group of filmmakers would you like to collaborate with?
I think it would really depend on if it's like for a music video or something like that. Like, are you just like a music video?
For like a horror film? If there's a horror film or any film out there in general, is there a group or like a director or even a franchise you would like to make a music for? You could pick specific monsters too if you want.
Okay. I got you. Honestly, we're actually in the process of writing a new song right now for Black Phone. Like I dig the movie Black Phone. I know 2 comes out like I think a couple weeks from now or something like that. So
I don't think I've seen that. What is that about?
How do I describe it? Ethan Hawke is in it, and it's he kidnaps these kids, basically kills them. Like I don't know, spoilers. And the kid gets away, and all that stuff, and you'd have to watch it. I don't want to spoil, in case nobody's seen it.
You heard it here first, folks.
Well, you're making a song inspired by the movie?
Yeah, we were like, because we were like, I like Ice Nine Kills did one for like the Terrifier movies and stuff, and like that's a great fucking franchise. Like I like Terrifier. So we were like, man, we should try and like make a song, like something like challenge ourselves to write something. So we sort of came up with an idea for a song. So we're like in the process of writing it and stuff. Like, but yeah, like Black Phone. I think we definitely, if we could get that, Ice Nine Kills type, rub, go that way to be like a Black Phone or whatever. I'd be down with that. Have Ethan Hawke in one of our music videos. That'd be cool. I have him as the grabber. Any other like honestly, Dead or if I get to choose from Dead or Alive, like definitely David Lynch. I would have loved to have worked with, like have him do like have him make like a music video for us. Like I think that would have been fun. It would have been weird and artsy, but it would have been like David Lynch weird and artsy. Where I think that would have been fun. Kubrick, but I don't know if Kubrick would work with us. That horror directors definitely like David Lynch, maybe Cronenberg would be fun to work with. But I think everything would be sticky and wet.
It's my favorite.
I don't know. Cronenberg is like he likes all his movies to be weird and wet. I don't know why. It's an aesthetic.
Moist.
Very, very moist.
Moist towelettes.
Moist. ASMR that episode. Moist.
Gross.
Sorry, listeners. I have one more question about the horror, and then I was hoping maybe we can get into some flash questions, if that's cool with you.
Okay.
Now, I want you to describe your band, all the members of the band, and if you were to relate them to a famous movie monster, which monster would they be and why? And this is your way to introduce the band as well.
That's pretty, like, there's only 3 of us now, so like that's, it's gonna be nice and easy then. Rico, we call him the Omen. It's based off the movie The Omen, because like he used to, back in the day, he used to wear like the white shirt, like he used to dress like Damien and shit like that. The whole, I'm gonna do an abridged version as to why he's called The Omen. Is before he joined the band, I was invited to collaborate on a song with a friend of mine, and he got a couple, like it was me and my other bass player at the time of Sinister Fate. So we went and did this collab. And Rico was there. He was playing like I think guitar for this track, and then the dude who was recording this, he actually ended up becoming our drummer. So it was like basically everybody who was in Sinister Fate at one point was on this song. So it just sort of made sense. So when we did the song, and nothing like it didn't come out for like till years later, but I like completely forgot about it, stuff like that. So when the time came we were looking for a bass player, we got hit up. And we started talking, and we're like, wait, you were at that recording session, weren't you? He's like, yeah, I was. Like, what? Like, we completely forgot that we were there. I was like, it's like an omen. That's what my drummer at the time said. I was like, all right, well, now your nickname's the Omen. So now he's been the Omen for like 14, 15 years.
Cool.
So he's definitely little Damien from the Omen.
Nice.
Fuck, Leo, I don't... Who the fuck would I compare him to as a horror movie person? He is very fuzzy. So I guess the Wolfman?
Oh yeah.
We'll go with the Wolfman. I'll give him the Wolfman.
Oh yeah.
Gets a little crazy when the moon comes out.
Yeah, he gets a little frisky, you know. And then there's me.
How about yourself? Which horror creature would you be?
I would be the hell priest from Hellraiser.
There you go.
If I was going to be anybody, I would be Pinhead.
Good answer. Good answer. He was one of the scariest ones when I was a kid. I freaked out when I saw him at the.
That was always like of all the franchises, that's the one I go to. Obviously, since I've got him and the creator tattooed on me at this point. That was always my favorite because I was like, yeah, Freddy has good lines, but Pinhead has some better lines, man. I mean, he really does.
Yeah. Oh, Hellraiser.
I would gladly put any Freddy line against any Hellraiser line.
Yeah. That's fair. Those might be fighting words to some people, but I agree.
Yeah, bring it on, America.
Bring it on. Leave your favorite catchphrase down in the comments below. Now, I was hoping it would be cool if we play some flash questions, if that's cool with you.
The little buzzer.
So we'll get the bell out here.
Ting.
So here's how the rules go. We're going to read out these really quick flash questions here. You have as much time as you would like to answer the question because some just have more explanation to them than others. If you want to make it a quick answer, make it a quick answer. If you want to make it extended. But as soon as you're done answering, go ahead and ring that bell, and I'll fire away with the next question.
All right.
You ready to rock and roll?
You may fire when ready.
And also, we're establishing a new rule here. If you ring it 3 times, me and Jay got to answer it then.
Okay.
If you're curious.
Okay.
Okay.
First question. What is your favorite horror movie monster?
Out of all of them, it would be Dracula.
There you go.
It'd be Dracula. In particularly Bela Lugosi, but I'm a fan of Christopher Lee. Those are my two, Christopher Lee and Bela. I would say Dracula. I could go with Hellraiser, I was just talking, but out of all of them, Dracula's the movie that I always go to. So, final answer.
There you go.
Now, if your band were a horror film, which would they be? Which title would they be?
I mean, we've actually done a couple of different, gimmicks or variations of the band. The early years were definitely Night of the Living Dead, very zombie horror influence. That was definitely, and then as later on, around the Hellbound era, obviously, we tried to do the Cenobite look and tried to do the Hellraiser type look. We've done a couple, cult type look. Weird if Sinister Fate was a movie. I'm gonna go with Hellraiser. I'm gonna go right back with Hellraiser. Final answer.
Hell yeah. This one, I'm gonna bend the question on this one. Kill, fuck, or marry? Freddy, Jason, or Michael Myers?
There you go.
Kill one, fuck one, marry one.
Kill, fuck, marry. I'll marry Michael Myers. I think he's good at commitment. I mean, he's good at commitment. Doesn't say anything, so that's helpful. Kill Freddy. We'll kill Freddy, and I'll fuck Jason.
There you go.
Yeah, good answer. Ring that bell, unless you want to send it our way. I don't know if I want to answer that one.
Oh shit.
Jay Smooth, kill one, fuck
fuck.
one, marry one. Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers.
I would kill Freddy. I would marry Jason, and I would fuck Michael Myers.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah. Do I have to answer now?
You have to
Yeah.
answer now.
All right. I would probably marry Jason so we can play hockey together. I'd probably fuck Michael Myers, just because he's like probably the least gross out of all of them, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'd probably just kill Freddy, you
Yeah.
know? Freddy's the hardest one to kill,
Nobody
in my
wants.
opinion.
Yeah, nobody wants them in their dreams, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. All right. Good. We learned a lot about
Now
it.
that we know. Good talk, boys.
Good talk. Good talk. Next question: blood or guts?
I like blood. Blood. I'll go with that. Guts, I don't know. So there's a lot of like the exploitation type horror movies, like the Saws and stuff like that, where I feel like, or the Hostels, where I feel like it was more about the gore and less about the actual movie. Like it was just trying to be like, you know, how many, you know, I've seen plenty of like pretty bad movies, like content wise. I'd say blood. Final.
Boom, boom, boom.
Would you rather own a creepy doll or a haunted house?
Oh.
We can make it a haunted doll or haunted house.
Nah, I'll go with the haunted house. It seems like it'd be more fun.
Right.
Like, you know, just a doll, like, oh, that's haunted. No, I want the whole fucking house to be haunted. Like, I will gladly move into a haunted house. I don't care. I'm not stuck in there with whatever's in there. Whatever's in there is stuck with me.
There you go.
So-
Boom.
And in this environment nowadays with the economy, I'd rather take the house too. I wouldn't
You know?
kill this haunted.
Cheaper rent. Fuck it.
Yeah. Right?
As I said, it's
Got a couple extra roommates. They're not too messy. It's okay. Next question. Have you guys ever had a paranormal experience while on tour?
I'm trying to think if we really sort of have or not. We were in New Mexico and we crashed. We were at a truck stop and we crashed out, and you know, like you could hear like weird stuff rustling outside, you know, in the mountains and stuff, you know. I ain't gonna go investigate because I know how these things turn out, especially out there. We never really have had anything really supernatural or anything weird happen. I mean, I don't. Nah.
Would you like it to?
Yeah, I would sort of like something to happen, you know, like I'm skeptical like about a lot of stuff, you know. It's like when you hear about some of these miracles and, you know, oh, the you know, like the wall was, you know, water was running down and the Jesus, you know, fucking picture or whatever. I was like, oh, it was because the toilet was broke upstairs. You know, I don't know if you heard about that. It was like it was somewhere in, I think.
People are
like,
drinking it too.
yeah, they're drinking the water and they're just like not realizing that it was a broken fixture above them, and there's,
Yeah.
you know, like I would like, you know, impress me. I want to see, you know, like I heard the Annabelle doll was like going around. I'm like, all right, I'll go say hi.
Yeah. Some stuff's been burning down ever since she's been touring.
That's what I hear. Like I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay Smooth, you want to take the next bracket of questions here?
Oh,
Let's see where we at, bro.
We're out up here. I made you a copy too.
Oh yeah. Boom, boom. All right, let's see. Says right here, first album you ever bought.
It was either Nirvana Bleach or Nine Inch Nails The Downward Spiral, I want to say. I didn't buy what I got them for Christmas. So those were the first like the first CDs I got. I'm pretty sure. That, and I think Smashing Pumpkins,
Ooh.
Melancholy, I think was when that came out.
Nice.
So I think those are like the first 3 CDs I ever got as a gift or anything like that.
Hell yeah. Final answer.
Yes.
Boom. What's your guilty pleasure song? Is it Justin Bieber?
Not a Bieber fan. Not a Bieber fan. There's a couple pop songs like I dig that I would. There's actually a few that I would like even consider covering because I think would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball.
Okay.
Meg Myers, Desire.
Ooh.
I think, and then I think what else is a guilty pleasure? Like I like the Safety Dance. Like that's
Okay.
a fun song.
Banger.
You can dance if you want to. I don't really have any, like not really guilty pleasures, but like I have a pretty wide palette. Like I don't like twangy Western music. I can avoid that. But like I'll listen to I'll fuck with some Johnny Cash or, Hank Williams or something like that. I'll fuck with that.
Hell yeah. All right. What about coffee or energy drinks?
Oh, coffee easily.
Coffee man. Hell yeah. Do you have a tattoo that actually means something?
They all mean something.
They all sort of do, but no.
No.
Nothing profound. Nothing. I like. They're all
cool.
aesthetic choices because I like
Same.
they're just cool looking.
All right. Who in your band would survive the longest in the horror movie?
Me.
You.
Me. I mean, most likely I would be the serial killer in the movie. So that I don't know if that's default, but yeah. If, some horror monsters coming after me, Rico or Leo, I'm gonna put money on me.
Nice. Ooh. All right. If you can summon any monster, any horror movie monster to be a roadie for you, who would it be?
I don't know if he's technically horror, but I'm gonna go with a fun answer.
Okay.
General Grievous.
Hell yeah.
He's got a lot of arms. That's gonna come in help. That's gonna come in helpful on the
go.
tour.
Good answer.
And he's a robot, so like he can pick up a lot of shit too. So it's like
Carry all your amps and stuff.
All right. You won't have to feed him.
no.
You just plug him in. Now, describe Sinister Fate in 3 words.
In 3 words. Obnoxious, loud, sticky.
Ooh, love sticky.
Yeah, that's us.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Now, if your instruments could talk, what would they say about
Oh
you?
shit.
They wouldn't say anything. They'd just be screaming.
They keep hitting me.
You don't want to know what they do later at
Oh
night.
my God.
The drum's like in the corner crying with a cigarette.
Let's just say don't take any black light to any of our instruments like ever.
Putting your nuts onto the drum set.
Everything just glows, I'm not sure what some of those fluids are. It's like exit floor.
Oh God. Don't want.
Now, what is the best cure for a post-show exhaustion?
I hang out with my cats, smoke weed, and watch movies.
Hell yeah.
That's what I like. I like the next day. I just sort of like. I don't really like to do much. I don't want to do much. Touring is a different thing because it's day. But like if it's like one-off shows and stuff, like the next day, I'm just like, I ain't going out. I'm not doing nothing. I'm probably ordering food in. Like, yeah, I'm gonna order food in, hang with my cats, and just fucking watch movies and smoke weed and just chill and just enjoy it because I probably work is the next day. So yes.
Good answer. What is your Mount Rushmore of horror creatures?
Oh. I'm gonna go with too old and too modern, or new-ish, or at least new-ish to me, I guess you could say. I go with Dracula, Frankenstein, I'd say Freddy. I would say Freddy, and then. Can't say Hellraiser for everything. Like that's just my go-to answer. Like I'm trying to look at as a Mount Rushmore of like really what like if you want to look at like horror icons, like who really like say Norman Bates then.
There you go.
Because like each character sort of like changed the game of what horror movies are. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Good answer. Can you ring that 3 times? Because I want to know Jay Smooth's answer for that one. Jay Smooth, what is your Mount Rushmore of horror creatures?
Let's see. I would have to go with the dude from Terrifier, Chucky.
Clown?
Yeah, Chucky. The girl that comes out of the TV. What's her
Samara
face?
Samara.
Yeah, there you go.
from The Ring. Yeah.
Yeah. And Saw. Jigsaw. Fuck, I don't know. Is that his name?
The old man or the little doll?
Yeah.
The little doll.
Ah.
Yeah.
He was creepy too. I would have to say mine is I love the creature from the Black Lagoon. That's one of my
a
all-time
classic, huh?
favorites. Man, I'm gonna throw a tie up there between Godzilla and King Kong if you consider that the horror genre.
Oh yeah, wow, yeah.
I'm real big into kaiju. Love the old claymation stuff. I give you 2 black and white ones there. Oh, they later went on to.
All right, I'm removing Freddy and putting in Godzilla then.
Right.
I didn't know. Now I know he's an option. Yeah, absolutely.
Technically, it's a horror monster, right?
I mean, he was spawned out of radioactive waste, and he grew to ginormous size.
Yeah. I'd probably have to say then Dracula, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and then oh man, I'm gonna say what's his name, Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Oh,
I loved the Leprechaun as a kid. Jen Aniston in those jean shorts. I was like, this was such a great movie.
They're fun. Leprechaun in Space and Leprechaun in the Hood. They're very artistic choices.
Yeah, they went for it.
They're not great, but damn it, are they great?
They're pretty good.
What was that one movie with like the clowns from space or whatever? Do you guys know
Killer
what I'm talking
Clowns
about?
from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that's one of my favorites. I can't fit all those clowns up on Mount Rushmore though. Ooh, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
How about you, David? What's a horror film that you've watched recently that you're super into?
Recently, Sinners was one.
Oh yeah.
I really.
Have you watched that yet, Jay?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh, I've been begging you to watch it. Music fans would love it.
It's
I'll check it out.
really fucking
So
good.
good.
Yeah, if you're a musician, like you will. It's the music, the entire score of how the music was done is is amazing, and the movie is just fucking. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
It was so well made too, and I got through like half the movie, and I didn't realize that it was Michael B. Jordan as both twins, and I had to Google it real quick, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't, because they didn't really promote it as such, nor did they really promote that it was a vampire movie,
Which I was okay with.
Right?
Like, to me, it reminded me from Dusk Till Dawn.
Totally.
Where like you got the first half of the movie. Like, I'm not really spoiling anything for you, but you get the first half of the movie, and it's nothing to do with vampires, nothing to do. It's the setup. Like, I caught it. Like, as soon as we're sitting there watching, I'm going, oh, okay, I get it. When we get to that, because like the whole point is getting to the shindig at the where they're gonna have this bunch of blues musicians, everybody's gonna dance and be a great old time, and it's like you're getting to that. They're trying to get to that, and you're like, oh man. Oh, this is gonna be fucking brutal! Like, this is gonna be amazing. It gave me Dusk Till Dawn vibes.
For sure.
Like, you get up to that point, and you're just right as you get that turn, you're like, oh shit, and it just goes off.
Hell yeah.
It's so good, and it's like a cultural thing. I thought it was so interesting to witness what it was like in Black America at that time. Witness what it was like for Irish immigrants at that time, even the Native Americans that were a part of the film too. Culturally, it was just such a
awesome.
cool movie. Yeah, it's really, really good.
I got a good deep heart love for like blues music and shit like that. Like, I really dig blues. So like when I heard what the movie was basically about, like when I read the premise, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then just the music treatment just like kills it, utterly kills it. And I listened to the soundtrack I don't know how many times afterwards. So like. That movie definitely is on my top list. That one, Long Legs was another one that was really like a really big mind fuck.
Is that big spider one? The spider arachno aliens?
No, Long Legs is this weird like.
I'm thinking 8-legged freaks.
Yes, Nick Cage is in this movie, and he plays like this weird like. The best way I describe it is like if Stanley Kubrick like directed Silence of the Lambs. Like, it's like that. It's really artsy and stuff, but it's really good. But yeah, that's another one. I like Nick Cage horror movies. I can roll with that.
Yeah. The Wicker Man was a great one.
I like Wicker. I like the original. Like I haven't. I enjoyed the remake, but I stick to the original. I like Christopher Lee. I'm a big fan of Christopher Lee.
Have you guys watched that Monsters, the Ed Gein story?
I have not watched it yet, but I've heard mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, it just got released on Netflix. I'm like halfway through it, and I'm so hooked.
What do you think of it?
Without giving away too much, it is incredibly disturbing. But I really like the actor. It's the actor from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
he plays Ed Gein. One part I don't like about it is like they really try to like humanize him, although he was like a monster, you know. They really try to make it like an endearing thing
to make it sympathetic for him.
Yeah, and one thing I had to look up was like there's like a couple love interests in the series, and I was like, no one's fucking this guy. And I had to look it up, and Watch Mojo was like, oh yeah, they didn't actually have a relationship.
There's a lot of liberties that were taken with like,
yeah.
My cousin, he's currently watching it, and like, so I walked in on like one of the episodes, walked past, saw like, I think it was like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reference scene or whatever, where they were talking about that, and I watched it for a little bit, and I was just like, I've heard a lot of the complaints online where, you know, they're like, you know, Ed Gein fucks a lot in this thing and this and that. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Like, there was always that big rumor that he died a virgin. Like, I would love to know.
Is
like,
necrophilia sex? I'd say maybe not. That is a weird question to ask. I don't.
Technically, sex with a dead person, isn't it?
It's technically is. My cousin, he likes to listen to true crime shit. So he was telling me there's actually levels of necrophilia.
Oh.
Like there's levels. There's you know, like there's tiers, if you will.
Would you mind explaining?
From what I remember, he was like if you like or some of them. Like there's different like level 1 is like you might maybe you fantasize, you think about it maybe, or you know, like, you know, I think level 2 or 3 or whatever is like if you like touch a dead body, or, you know, like not actually touch sexually, but just like there's weird levels to it. Like he was explaining most of it, and I didn't even know it existed. But it does make sense.
Yeah.
It does make, you know, like, when does the line get crossed? I'm sure, you know,
when
like
you penetrate.
Yeah, when you fuck the
I don't
corpse,
know.
I'm sure that's when it's just you're full on.
I think if you squeeze a titty, that's probably a little far, you know.
I'd put that at a 3 or a 4. I'd say that's 3 or a 4. I would think.
Squeeze a dead person's titty.
Sheesh.
Hey man, people are into weird stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, period fucks.
Yeah. But that's what's cool about the Ed Gein story, though, is that they talk about the fascination behind horror and why it's in the mainstream. And they feature the director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they even have Alfred Hitchcock like making Psycho in the movie. It's very meta, you know.
That's when I walked in when he was watching it, and all of a sudden like it switched to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was like, what the fuck I'm like, what's... Then it was like behind the scenes of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm like, what is going on? And then you sort of explain it like, you know, like as they're telling different stories through it, they're like, you know, referencing like the points of like Psycho and Silence of the Lambs. And because like, yeah, Gein did like inspire a lot of horror movies. He did. You know, I mean, humans in general, we can, you know, inspire and horrible things. Like there are some definite horror movies that I've seen that are just like who the fuck wrote that? Like who comes up with this idea? You know?
Right. It's based off somewhere, you know, and I think that's the big point that they try to make is it was interesting the one scene when Ed Gein is like in his house, and then the actor who plays Norman Bates in Psycho, he like sees him in like a hallucination type scene, and Ed Gein's like says something like, yeah, but you're the one watching. And that line was so powerful because and then it trickles into like, why are we watching this? Why am I watching this? You know,
it's that
because people are interested in it.
That train wreck thing. You know.
I love train wreck.
You can't help. You can't help, but you gotta look. You know,
right.
you should. You know, you shouldn't be looking. You know, you should look away. You know, but you have to, like, you know, when we drive by, you know, there's an accident on the side of the road. You're trying to go around these cars, but you know, as you're driving, you're gonna. you want to know what happened. You know, it's morbid curiosity.
Yeah. I think it's also like it prepares people to not be so scared in scary moments then. So like if you can watch a scary movie and you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that if I'm ever in that situation. You know, it kind of like, I don't know, it increases anticipation, maybe anxiety about certain things, but I don't know. I'd rather maybe have a rough game plan than no game plan if I'm being chased by an axe murderer.
Yeah, right.
You know? Ugh.
Yeah, that's why, you know, like with the supernatural shit, where everybody always like, you know, runs away from, you know, the ghost or whatever. It's like, no, I'm gonna charge right at you. Like, do something. You're incorporeal. What are you gonna do? Like, you move this over. Great, thanks. That's cool.
Until they like possess you, and then you're, you know, that's a whole other.
That'll be about a 5-minute possession. The topping go, oh no.
I can't
Never
handle
mind.
this, Brandon.
No. We're nope.
Do you have a favorite, you know, scary story of a real life thing that's happened, you know, in the news or anything that you've read throughout the past?
Not really, honestly. There's not, I mean, like, you know, like Gacy lived like 15 minutes from where I lived, like when I was growing up. Like, he was like right in the neighborhood. Like, so I sort of grew not too far. Like, I had cousins who lived actually in the same neighborhood as him, and they knew him as, you know, oh, it's John. Hey, John. Like, so like it's fucking weird. It's weird and wild. It's like, so like, I don't know, like, you know, and then we had fucking, you know, Dahmer up in Milwaukee, and like Geen and, you know, Wisconsin. It's all Midwest.
Right.
There's a lot of weird. And it's not just like serial killers, weird serial killers. You know, like Cannibal Crazy, like, you know, H.H. Holmes we had here. Like we've got some really rough serial killers in the Midwest.
Right.
It's all the cornfields.
Yeah, right.
It is. It has to do with the
Cornfields.
cornfields and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I was reading about that other one the other day. It was the guy who inspired Buffalo Bill. It was like the Buffalo Bill guy who like trapped the women in his basement. I believe he was from Wisconsin as well, if I'm not mistaken.
that doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, they're in Minnesota, but again, Midwest.
Midwest.
Area.
It's a lot of Midwest. Yeah, like I know like New York and like L.A. They've had their serial killers or whatnot, but like, I don't know, Midwest, we're just a whole different breed of weird.
Right, because it's different to like. I mean, all murder's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's so fucked up and twisted when it's like more than the murder. When it's like the hoarding of bodies murder, or like the, you know, mutilation murder.
There's a lot, I know for fact that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that when it comes to like a lot of serial killers and shit, they only give out like say with Dahmer, like they only publicly would release like a few things, because some of the stuff they can't. How do you say it on public news? Like, how do you say, you know, like there's just certain shit that Geen or some of these serial killers did that was so disturbing or so fucking dark that it's like you can't say that on the news. It's like you can't even, like, so it's like you gotta, you know, you can only say so much because some of the stuff is just fucking bad.
Right. Do you believe in censorship? Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
I think to a degree. Like, you know, like it should be, you know, because I have a kid. He's 21 now, so like you know, I tried not to. I sheltered him from enough stuff that I knew he wasn't prepared to see or hear. You know, I think it should be, you know, with the parents should have a hand on it, and, you know, not try to, you know, have like a government or somebody regulate things, and like, you know, because it's point of views, man. It's all, you know, like I having like a censor, like when they did the PMRC in like the 80s and 90s and shit like that, and they put the little parental advisory sticker on the thing because they're thinking, we're gonna show them how. No, now I know what the good CDs are. Thanks,
yeah. Right.
Cool, that's good. Thanks a lot. You know, like it didn't work out for him that way. You know, like I knew better than what to let my kids see. You know, and people should know that, or they should, you know, if you don't want your kid watching something, it's simple, change the channel.
Right.
You know,
I think some censorship is, you know, it's a weird thing. I don't personally believe in censorship when it comes to like entertainment purposes.
No.
But I think when you have like a higher up power like the FBI or something like that, for them, even like when it comes down to like the alien talk, it's like, you can only disclose so much information for the safety of the greater of everybody. And like you said,
Yeah.
with like that Geen thing, you're not going to, or Dahmer, you're not going to show everything because then you're going to have all these fucking copycats. You're going to have all these people trying to mimic it because that's what it was with these guys. They read into other past killers. And even when you talk about like these assassinations today, I think a lot of it is copycat and people, you go on the internet now, there's a million and one ways to learn about any of this shit.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many true crime shows and movies and there's all this stuff that's going on. So it's like, it definitely feeds into it, for sure. It definitely feeds into it.
Spooky stuff, man. I don't know. Some stuff I think people just shouldn't know,
Yeah.
If something's that messed up, I don't know. And I bet you there's a lot of other weird cover-ups too when it comes to this supernatural stuff.
Yeah, I think at this point though with the aliens, I think I think it's completely self-centered and arrogant to think that we are the only thing in this entire galaxy.
Yeah.
We are the only form of intelligent life in this entire solar system, entire galaxy, entire universe. We're it. Really, we're it. Fuck. I can't. That's so arrogant and self-centered to think that we're that special. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
Do you think the aliens are here?
I don't know. I mean, we did have a giant tech boom in like 80s and 90s and all, like from like when shit happened in the 60s, supposedly when ships crashed or whatever, up until, man, we had a giant fucking boom and, it comes to, Wi-Fi and all these different forms of technology and stuff. I mean, it's a giant leap. So would I be surprised that we're being lied to, about stuff? Not even a bit,
Right.
Are they here? I don't know. Maybe they're helping us. I don't know. Like, I hear that there's something heading our way now. It's supposed to be here in like November or something like that. I'm just like, good, end it already. Like, I'm done.
Right. This human experience is...
It's good. I think it's run its course. I don't know, man. It's just, we are determined to destroy ourselves. Like, in any fucking way we can. We are determined. Like it'd be like, like the fucking, wanting to bring back dinosaurs or something like that. Like there's 6 movies why we shouldn't fucking do this.
Yo.
Okay. You guys want to bring back dinosaurs? Can it be like, not the meat eaters? It's like, oh, we brought back dinosaurs. Oh, which one? The Tyrannosaurus and the Velociraptor.
Oh, great.
Just those? Why? Why?
You didn't start small with like a woolly mammoth
Like,
or a dodo
no,
bird?
like dodo, yeah, like why do you have to go with sharp and pointy? Like, fuck is wrong with you people?
People like sharp and pointy. That's why our nukes are shaped that way.
Apparently, or you hear like in Antarctica they found like some million-year-old fucking bacteria that they want to bring back to life. I'm like,
Right. Let it rest.
you stop poking at shit.
Right.
Like like I said, we are determined as a species to fucking destroy ourselves. We are.
Yeah. It's scary. It's really scary. I think, I don't know. I've dove deep into the whole alien thing for quite some time. I think they were here before, but humanity had like a reset button,
I think
somewhere along the line. Because there's
Egypt
no
maybe
way,
is when they were last time they were here.
right? Because there's no way that you can tell me that like just in the last like 100 years or so we've been flying.
No.
Like something is up, even with all these like landmarks that you see in like these ancient ruins where they have like, horses and animals like laid out in rocks and you can see it from above. Like they've had to have been up there somehow, some way,
Well, Jesus was conceived by aliens.
That's what a rumor is.
And so, like, like those angels and stuff that went floating in the air or whatever, it was really just aliens. They were just like, you know what I mean? That's why the Virgin Mary was a virgin. She wasn't like, nobody had sex with her. They just fucking implanted a fucking baby in her.
I don't know, dude. I wasn't there.
And it made it like they made it seem like, oh, we're just like a higher up power, which they probably were.
Yeah. And if you read the Bible about aliens, about angels, how they depict angels in the Bible, it does sound like a flying saucer. It sounds like a machine with multiple wings, multiple eyes. It sounds totally like a flying saucer.
Because to us, like even just a regular airplane. If there was a regular airplane that went back like that was in that time, their depiction or their drawings of it would be completely insane.
A flying serpent.
Maybe that's where the dragons came from. You know, stuff like that. It's like to us, we see an airplane, and go, oh, it's a fucking airplane, you know. But to somebody, you know, 600, 700, 800 years ago, 900 years ago, they have no idea what a jet looks like or how loud a jet is. Like to them, you know,
That's a dragon.
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah, and you know, if it goes fast enough, a sonic boom, like the loudness, like they would never have any idea what to do with that.
Right. And when you look at time as linear, like I may be jumping the shark here again. I don't know. I've never been there, but I have seen Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny. To think that if time is linear and you can potentially fly through a time warp of sorts, you know.
Is it a jump to the left?
Jump to what?
Is it a jump to the left?
And then a step to the right. Put your hands on your hips. We're getting real macabre tonight.
There you go.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's a great movie.
It really is.
I've never gone to a live screening of it. Have you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did recently, actually.
It's a fun time, isn't it?
It's fun. It's fun. It's good. It's good, clean fun.
Nice.
For the most part.
And in the world of that we're living in now too, you know, with trans people, it's I think maybe even more empowering to that community now.
I mean,
now more so than ever to delay that.
I think it just celebrated the 50th anniversary.
Did it really?
Yes, 50 years ago when that movie came out.
Wow.
Like, and you know, there's a lot of they're like that movie, or Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I don't know if you ever heard that one. That's another one. There's a lot of these like trans positive movies that have been around for fucking decades, man. Like so the stuff that happens with the politics in our country right now, and just the lack of logic and sense, you know. Humans are humans, man. Like, what do you care what two people are doing 2 states over in their privacy of their own fucking home? Why are you worrying about trans people's junks? You know, like, I feel like, you know, it's, bro, we are such a joke right now as a country that like, and these people that are in a fucking cult,
dude, and
they're spouting, you know, nothing but hate and anger and just like, dude, I like, you know, I'm pro brown, pro yellow, pro trans, pro gay, pro wrestling, pro fucking, I'm fucking pro everything, man. Fucking pro weed, pro gun, you know, fucking,
just pay your taxes. Do whatever you want.
I think every gay couple should have the right to defend their weed with their guns.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They should.
That's a weird law that you can't conceal carry with a FOID. What is that? You can't have a FOID card with a marijuana card.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of weird?
I feel like
but you can totally just go buy alcohol.
Because you'll totally be so mellow. You're not gonna shoot anybody. Like, you're not gonna want to. Like,
right?
You're really not. Like, so I don't like, unless they really piss you off, then you'll shoot them. But you know, if you're stoned and it's like, bro, don't make me pistol whip you, man.
Right.
I want to shoot this thing, but I will fucking hit you with this.
Right. I don't want violence, man.
Wait, how do I load this again? Right. Oh shit, is that a bullet hole?
Right. Yeah, this country's needs a little shakeup, I think. Things are
it's
weird.
It's coming. Eventually, it's coming.
We need a revolution.
Eventually, you know, whatever happens here, because I mean, you know, shit's going down here. Obviously, National Guard, I think, was just like deployed, and some of the fattest, saddest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
The memes that came with that was so hilarious. They're like, "Are they here to exercise? Are they here to train?"
No, they're here to kick our ass. All right,
bro, you just gotta outrun them, bro. That's it.
These good old boys from Texas, man. You gotta look out for these guys. They're tough.
He's got to line up a bunch of treadmills in front of him.
Yeah.
Stand there and stare at them.
Yeah.
Just fucking put some donuts in front of them.
Did you guys see the video of that? I think it was in Portland. There was that guy with the inflatable frog costume.
Oh yeah.
And he was like in front of the police.
I saw that. Yeah.
They sprayed the pepper spray into his fan.
Yeah, I saw that. What a bunch of cunts.
Fucking assholes, bro.
Like,
I've had someone fart into one of those when I was on it, and it was bad.
So you can only imagine with the pepper spray. Like, that's gotta be brutal.
Good for that frog though. He's out there the very next day. He's making his voice heard.
He cleaned his suit and was out there. I'm like, man, that's dedication right there.
Viva la resistance.
So, yeah, man. Something needs to happen.
What would you like to see? What do you think the country needs right now, aside from a big hug?
An enema?
Yeah.
Butt chugging.
You know,
We just need a boof.
I think, you know,
America needs a boof of whiskey.
it does. Like, we just need to make everybody drink Malort.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah. Oh. I think everyone should do mushrooms. I think that should just be like let people get a little more in touch with the earth again.
Yeah, do like let them eat some mushrooms, do some acid maybe. I don't know, just chill the fuck out. Like they're like, it's mostly like, you know, I hate saying lefts and right and all that shit and all, like, but I lean more left than right. I'm neither left nor right. Like, I think both sides are fucking immature and both need to wake the fuck up. Like, it's not a red versus blue or a red versus blue or like, you know, left wing, you know, right wing. It's the same fucking bird, man. We are not in the tax bracket that they care about us as much as we think they do. And you know, a lot of these farmers are now finding this out. And you know, now they're like, oh, you know, their shit's going under, and it's these fucking scumbags who are bankrupting our nation, and then like, you know, now these farmers can't pay their bills, and now they're gonna come along and go, well, we'll offer you this for your land then, and offer them fucking dick for their land, and then buy up all their land, and now they own all the land. You know, it's
and then sell it to China.
The fucking
That's a whole other issue.
You know, that fucking orange scumbag. You know, like.
Cheeto man.
He's, you know, we make fun of him in our new music video. Like, that's the one thing I was sort of waiting to see with our new music video, was to see what would come out of it. Because I say a bunch of stagnant things towards him, and you know, I reference him as Hitler in the fucking one of the scenes, and because you know, it's whatever hat man you put on, you're fucking, you know, that's what you are, man. You're a fucking Nazi.
Pretty much.
You know, and he's a fucking pedophile.
There you go.
You know, they're stopping Congress, you know, to fucking whatever is on those files is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I think it's worse than what everybody. My opinion. I think what's on that, like on the Epstein list, isn't just names, but it's also a list of fetishes and things that they're into.
Oh.
Because it's you know, you find out Donald Trump's on you know, the list, and it's like, all right, well, yeah, we all knew he was on the list, but then you get into the list and he's like, oh, he like, you know, 7 to 9-year-old boys.
Fuck.
It makes it a little worse now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and you find I think on there is a who's who of like royalty, and like there's. You know, like I finally watched one of those Epstein, you know, Netflix docs, and just to like sort of be like, okay, what is this about? And to see and like being like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Right.
Like, it's insane the things that, you know, that they got away with and are continuing right now to get away with. So I think it's not just names. I think it's a list of others. I think it's a list of fetishes, kinks, what they're in. Like, it's deeper and darker than what I think, and I think that's why they're like, we can't, like, you can't come back from that.
Right.
You know, it comes out, you know, Trump is into, you know, 12 to 14-year-old girls. You can't come back from that. You're done.
Right.
You're going to jail. And then there are people waiting for you in jail. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think that's what my opinion, I think, is why it's being stopped. I think it's worse than what we think it is.
Yeah. I think a lot of that too. I think a lot of it is, like we said before, you can't freak out the American public or the world by saying a lot of this. I think another thing too that I've read is that the reason they haven't released the files and everything that they've discovered is because it would turn into a crazy witch hunt. So although people went there, doesn't mean they necessarily acted in those activities. They could have been there with their family snorkeling or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've said that there are some
and
people who were there. Like I think they were saying Tom Hanks was went there and shit like that. You know, I think there was definitely a lot of cameras and stuff going on in there, and you know, like I think there's a lot of stuff that was on that island that am I one of those to think that Epstein didn't kill himself? Yeah, I don't think he did it. There's too many gaps, there's too many things, and I think the dude had a lot of info on a lot. Like, if you got information on other countries' princes and kings and all these other politicians and prime ministers and all this stuff, you really think our government's gonna, you know? They're gonna keep that for themselves. Right. That's what's gonna happen. The government's gonna keep that for themselves. and they're gonna use it whenever they're gonna use it. So like I think he's hidden away somewhere. You know, there was a deal made, and like his chick is out to dry. But I think Trump is on there. I think Diddy's on there. I think there's
sure.
there's a lot of people that are on that list that are guilty, but I think there are some people that aren't.
I've read this theory that he was an informant. So not just an informant with celebrities, but also informant with, like you said, like major politicians throughout the world. And some people were even saying too that like, and this is like a deep dive into the conspiracy, but conspiracies are true. Some of them are, not all of them are.
There's always a grain of truth in something.
Right, right. What they were saying is that he was an informant for like the Israeli, whatever their equivalent is to the FBI. I want to say the Mossad. No, whatever it is, their affiliate of it, so that he was an informant like in between. But I also read this other thing that if you look at it as a construct of capturing people and bringing them to an island of sorts, I bet you that's been going on for so much longer than we even consider, because it had to have been,
Yeah.
And one of the things that I read was that like somebody might have handed him the key and said, hey, I have this island, I have this like operation going on, I need you to be the face of it. I'll still be pulling strings from back here, but you might just be the face of it. And I think it dives into like with that.
I could see that too.
And other high power people like that.
Our government lies to us.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, for any of this to be like, do I think, you know what? At this point, I nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing.
Right.
Like at this point, like Bill Cosby's a rapist.
That's true.
Like Bill fucking Cosby. Like there's nothing that could nothing that surprises me now anymore. Now it's just like, just release the fucking files.
Right.
Just do it, well, this guy's on there. Well, this guy, we don't care anymore. Now we're determined.
And did you hear that the day that Charlie Kirk got assassinated, that was like the day that they were supposed to vote on if
They
were
did
gonna
a few
release
hours
it?
later.
Yeah.
From what I heard, a few hours later.
But they voted no.
no, like right after, which I'm like,
sus.
I've seen a lot of weird conspiracies on him and all that.
Right.
And like
The missing bullet
they
theory.
paved over like the assassination grounds after the fact. Like there's so many things they did afterwards that you're like, well, why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. Like
tampering with the evidence.
There's a lot of that stuff, and
The missing bullet thing for me is so weird. I've been listening to Candace Owens a lot. She's like best friends with Charlie Kirk, and she got footage of that camera that was behind him during the shooting. And she said that like there was never any exit wound from the bullet, which is so creepy to think about, because if you got a high caliber gun like that, it's going to blow a hole.
There was no
through.
exit wound, really.
There was no exit wound. So they say if you had a high power bullet, it would go straight through your neck out the backside. But other things are saying that he had a bulletproof vest on. And if you're trying to shoot somebody, you aim for left center mass. You try to aim for the heart, right?
Yeah.
But what they were saying is that he had a bulletproof vest on, and it hit the vest and ricocheted up. But then you read other things and they're like, no, he didn't have a bulletproof vest on. But then it gets into that dilemma of like, how much do you tell the American public? Do you want people to know that these guys have to have bulletproof vests on?
I mean, I saw the footage, like the actual footage of when it happened and shit like that. Like I was curious, morbid curiosity. Yeah. And I don't know, like the point of view I saw, it looked like it came upwards. Like it looked like where he was sitting, somebody was the direction, like it looks like it came upward.
Right.
Like it looked weird.
The whole thing was really weird.
Like it came like this way. Like it wasn't like somebody on a sniper thing shooting this way down at him.
Right.
It looked like it came up and like, cause then he just sort of like, that's what it looked like to me.
Right. I've heard other theories too. And this is again, just theories, just throwing theories out here. The other one is that they had this like little bug that like can fly around and then zip right through somebody like a bullet. And there's like footage of it. You see this like little tiny thing. It looks like a little bird whizzing away. It's just a theory. I'm not claiming it's true or anything, but I don't know, man. If you got a guy like that who's ringing the bell on the Epstein files and talking about, the Palestine-Israel conflict, like there's probably some people out there that want to take him out.
I mean, there were people that want to take him out in general for a lot of the stuff he was saying, and I don't agree that what happened to him, but if you spit, hate, don't be surprised if somebody knocks you the fuck out. Like and it's sad, but that's what it is, and that's there's a lot of people in politics and everything like that take that chance, or they speak up or say derogatory things, or they fuck around and find out.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a weird, I don't think anyone should be killed for their political beliefs. No. But it's just a really shitty situation all around. I'm sympathetic about it, but I also not to condone anything, but a lot of that was just like a guy with a louder microphone talking to people. Mm-hmm. People couldn't he didn't live the life that a lot of these other people live that would come up and discuss with him, So I think it is harder. It's just a really shitty situation all around. But it's, like I said,
I think the reaction after with his wife is weird.
Yeah, the whole WWE memorial thing.
I caught some of that, and I didn't know that was his memorial service. I'm like, oh, is this like one of those? Was like one of these conventions or something? I'm like, no, that's his. Oh, aha, complete with entrance music, huh?
And fireworks, and
if Hogan was alive, he would have been out there.
Yeah.
R.I.P. brother. Like fucking hell.
Yeah, the whole thing is really weird. Even those texts that they said the alleged shooter sent, who's texting their partner right after something like that happens? With that much detail? Come on.
And then right after he shot him, he went to go get ice cream or something like that.
Yeah,
from 15 minutes away or something like that. I'm like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. There's, could Trump have killed him to kickstart some shit? Possibly. Like I said, at this point, it's conspiracy theories. I don't know. They're not really so conspiracy now. A lot of the stuff that they said was conspiracy. It's like, oh yeah, they're actually they were aliens. Oh yeah, JFK. Yeah, we sort of did that too. And it's it's all coming out now. It's like everything that was deemed crazy talk, or people that were locked up for conspiracies back in the 50s and 60s. Now it's like, oh well, actually.
Might have been onto something.
Yeah, they were. They were right. It's like, motherfuckers.
Right. Have you guys been reading into MK Ultra at all? Are you familiar with MK Ultra?
Probably with that.
With Jolly West. Oh, Jolly West was this. He was a doctor, and he studied mind control with LSD. And this was what was it? 1940s, I think he started experimenting with it.
He did, are you referencing towards the Manson stuff?
But then it bleeds into that. I think it still bleeds until today. I think there's still plenty of brainwashing and manipulation out there.
Oh yeah, sure. There's plenty of that. Yeah.
Because
there's plenty of it. A lot of them wearing red hats.
Right. I mean, how what causes someone to become quote unquote radicalized? You know what I mean? I really do think a lot of it is just the media that people consume, the chat groups that they're in. I think there's a lot of dark web stuff that these young kids are getting attracted to, and that's why there's a mass shooting every other week in Chicago and
in Chicago,
throughout the world.
Yeah, there is. I mean, definitely, like I said, social media. I sometimes I try not to be on Facebook as much. I stick to more Instagram. It's videos and big titty goth chicks and all that stuff. Great, awesome, cool stuff. And then you get on Facebook and it's you got these especially after certain events, Charlie Kirk and all these other different things going on. You find out how some people really feel, and how I've had to unfriend and unfollow a lot of people that I was like, wow, you really think like that? I'm like, that's fucked up.
Right.
I'm like, we're all immigrants, right? There's nobody indigenous to here. You all know that, right? Nobody, even Native Americans, they came from somewhere else. We're all immigrants here. Go back to your own country. Okay, you first.
Can you imagine ICE taking like Native Americans and stuff?
They have.
Where are they gonna send them to?
There's been accounts where like fucking ICE have like gotten like Native Americans and been like, we're gonna deport you, and they're like,
To where?
They're like, fucking where? We're already here. Like that shows some of the intelligence of like some of these cats, man. Like,
so it was never really about like immigration. It's always just been about color, man. Because they went to like that African American building in the South Side, and they zip tied like 300 people, like women and children.
Kids.
They took a bunch of them too, and it's like, where the fuck are you gonna send them? You know what I mean? Like they're fucking born here.
My guitar player Leo, he lives like he lives around that area, and he was like, dude, I heard the fucking the helicopters, like the helicopters, like they would hover on an area for like 30 minutes, and then move to another area, hover for 30 minutes, then move and go to another area. Hover for 30 minutes, and like they were doing this they're fucking Black Hawk helicopters. You could hear them, and he was just like the entire time he was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like they were like,
and then they're like zip lining down the helicopters into the buildings and like freaking breaking the windows and shit.
Really?
Like that's what they were doing, bro.
Like they're doing all this shit down, and I'm like, man, it's gonna happen. Is they're going to go into the wrong neighborhood,
dude.
Like the wrong neighborhood that they're not prepared. Like these fucking reject mall rat fucking cops that they're not prepared for, and they're gonna go into these some of these neighborhoods that are well prepared, and it's gonna be fucking but that's gonna be that point for Trump to be like, now we need military. Now we need military.
Martial law.
Yeah. Like, bro, if you're zip tying kids, what the fuck you think's gonna happen, man?
Dude, yeah.
We're us in like fucking LA, and we're the last fucking cities you want to fucking fuck with.
Dude, yeah. The amount of guns that everybody has here in Chicago, dude. Fuck, dude. They just need like a reason to, bro. And
I feel that's what they're trying. They're trying to instigate shit.
Yeah,
they're trying to start something. Yep. And they might regret it.
Oh, for sure.
And like especially some of these, I've seen some of the, the ones that are coming in. They're not going to be prepared.
Just gotta outrun them.
Pretty much, yeah. Just I said, run up the stairs, run up this thing of stairs. You'll be fine.
I was reading into the qualifications to become an ICE agent. Not that I'm gonna be one by any means.
No, I laugh because like they're showing like their commercials like on like WWE like in between like that and AEW, like they're showing commercials for ICE and shit. Like you can get $50,000.
That's what I was gonna say, yeah.
And like all this, and you're just like, what?
Yeah. I just saw a commercial today actually, where I forgot which politician it was. It was like some lady, she's like against or for ICE or whatever, and it's like, oh, if you're an illegal immigrant, this is the only road for you. Like, self-deport yourself, and you'll get financial aid, and you'll get
what?
This. Yeah, it's a real commercial that I saw today, bro. It's like I forgot what it was like with Trump or whatever, like somebody under Trump's administration, and like they're all like, this is the path for you. If you're here illegally, self-deport yourself, and you'll get a free ride to your country, and you'll get financial aid, and if you're a kid, you get even more and shit. And it's like, bro, like they're literally putting those commercials out. It's fucking nuts. It was on YouTube, bro. But it was like a legit, like ads and shit. Like I'm watching like a regular video, and I get like this self-deportation thing, like deport yourself. I'm like, what the fuck? I was born here, asshole.
Living in a weird time, aren't we?
We really do. Like it's the stuff that you go, I can't, like 20, 30 years ago, you'd be like, I never would have, you're saying it out loud going, no way. But it's happening. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never a good thing to send in the National Guard or, stuff like that, like a military force to, just on civilians. It's never a good thing. But let me ask you this, though. When it comes to cracking down on like gang violence and stuff, don't you think it's more beneficial to the people who live in these communities to not live in a war zone if the bad guys are taken off the streets and give them more opportunity?
Depends on. I mean, it all depends on what areas you're. I mean, there's crime everywhere. Like
Doesn't have to be.
There doesn't have to be, but then that comes into like, okay, so we should have stricter gun laws, but then that's not going to happen.
Your guns regardless.
Yeah.
We're going to have but I think there could be something that could be done when it comes to certain weapons, man, that like some of these yahoos have, like, dude, like
The bad guys are going to get the guns regardless.
Yeah.
That's the conundrum of the gun laws in America. They're going to acquire them whether legal or illegally.
Most likely illegally. They're already doing illegally, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
any gun law that you pass doesn't really matter for them. They're still going to get it.
Right.
I mean, you can look at other countries, like, that how their gun laws are, like, I mean, but that's the thing is, like, okay, if we have like the UK has, like, but they have a lot of
stabbing.
A lot of stabbing. So I mean, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like we're determined to kill ourselves. We're determined. We're determined. If there's a way to kill, we will find it.
That's why I'm a big believer in like CCTV. I really do believe that having like a higher powered security video system throughout the entire city or most cities, I think a lot of that would just deter a lot of theft. Because like you got to think about it. A lot of people want hands-off policing, which I totally am in agreement with. Nobody deserves to get stopped and frisked just for walking down the street,
Yeah.
But if you have a CC camera anywhere you go, and I'm not saying we need to have like a social rating system, although in theory that's a brilliant idea. No, I mean, come on.
I think China has that, or like Korea or something. Japan. I forgot. Somewhere in Asia they have like some sort of like rating system.
Yeah, but like if you fuck up a lot though, like you might lose some rights. I don't know.
Well, that's what jail's for. You know what I mean?
Well,
if you fuck up, you go to jail.
We're living in a cashless bail system right now, so these guys aren't really going to jail.
Nobody gets. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Whole system's fucked up.
It's just really sad because we're living in 2025, and it's like there's no reason why we can't try to at least live peacefully and try to have justice for the bad guys doing this stuff. I don't know.
No, but it has to. You have to watch that line of like, okay, if we have cameras on every corner, then like how big brother are we gonna get? Like how like where everything
doing anything illegal that
watched.
they got to worry about?
True.
Like it's picking my nose wrong. Like am I getting like down a rate for like picking my nose? You know what I mean?
You won't get knocked for spitting on the ground or something. But
like, what if I spit on the ground and accidentally spit on somebody's shoe? You know what I mean? How's the camera gonna see that?
Have you ever seen the movie V for Vendetta?
I think
I would suggest rewatching that.
Yeah.
Rewatch that movie, and then think about the question you asked.
Okay.
Watch V for Vendetta, and then rethink that question, and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff. All right.
That's your homework for tonight, Jack.
That's my homework. You got to watch Sinners then, bro.
Okay. Fuck, I got homework.
What's your homework, David?
I'll watch another horror movie. Movie I haven't watched. I got too fucking many.
You got to get on the Ed Gein story.
Ooh, I should. I got to watch all of them. I want to see. Like I know there's a Dahmer one. I know there's a few. I know they're going to do Lizzie. They're going to do a Lizzie Borden one.
Yeah,
I heard about that, which I'm like. I mean, we got there's a lot of Lizzie Borden movies though, but I'm like, all right, fine, I guess.
Yeah, there was this one. She was a serial killer. Oh God, I want to say in like the 20s or 30s, but she was this like beautiful woman who was like a flapper, and she would lure men in and kill them. Oh man, I got to think of her name. But when I saw her art piece at this art museum, I was like, oh man, that would actually make a really cool movie.
I wonder who that is.
It's a vixen.
The 20s.
I might have to look that up.
Yeah, we got power of Google and shit. And Google things, and
we got all the answers in the palm of our hands.
Most of the answers. I mean, the internet is 50-50 at best.
Okay, I think I got it.
Look it up, Jamie.
Okay. Oh, okay. So her name is Elizabeth Bathory. She was around from 1560 to 1614. I was way off.
Oh, you're talking about Elizabeth Bathory?
Bathory. Yep.
Yes.
The legend. In Hungarian folklore, Bathory was a seductive countess who tortured and murdered hundreds of young women and girls to bathe in their blood. The blood, she believed, would preserve her youth.
Yes.
Victims included her alleged victims, both noble women and peasant girls. Her fate, she was accused of mass murder in 1610 and over 300 witnesses and survivors testified against her.
What the fuck?
She was never put on trial due to her noble status, but was imprisoned in a tower of a castle until her death.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Spooky.
There actually was a movie made about her. I own one. I think I'm trying to think. I think she was either the inspiration for. There's like a vampire book called Carmilla, which was actually before Dracula. So I don't know if she was. I think she might have been the basis for that movie or that book, I should say. Like like I said, the book was older than Dracula before Stoker put it out. But it was vampire. You know, it's vampire pre-Dracula.
Yeah.
So.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall at Lord Byron's castle when he made Dracula and Mary Shelley made Frankenstein.
You know?
That would have been cool. It would have been a weird orgy, him and his club foot.
Well, I know fucking when she made, when Mary Shelley made Frankenstein, I think she was like not even 20, 21 or something like that when she made it. Like, she was young.
But that was the story. It was at Lord Byron's place. That's when he made Dracula.
What, Lord Byron? No, Bram Stoker wrote Dracula.
Or what am I thinking then?
Lord Byron.
Lord Byron.
The name does sound,
Yeah.
it does ring a bell. I just can't picture it off.
Maybe it was a different vampire story. Maybe I'm twisting that up. But yeah, he was this like, he was a socialite of sorts. And was it in Transylvania? Is that where they wrote it? But anyways, he would have these like big parties and stuff, and they would do like hallucinogenic drugs and have wild, weird orgies. But this guy was a weirdo, and he had a club foot, and he would just hobble around his castle like. But yeah, and I guess it was like a random weekend. I'm also referring from a drunk history episode that I watched this in. So
Okay.
Makes
Is that?
like it happened, but I don't know if it was completely accurate. But yeah, no, then they were like, let's all write some scary stories. You go into that corner, I'll go into this corner of the chateau, and we'll rendezvous back here. I'll have to research that some more.
We should do our own drunk history.
Bro.
High history.
High
Getting
history.
fucking high as shit.
I would love that, man. Some Chicago stories would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be real fun. Well, hey, guys, we're getting about that time to start wrapping up here. David, do you have any last words or anything you'd like to send out to America?
Not really.
Any upcoming
Do
shows?
better. Do better, America.
Do fucking better. Like, what is wrong with you? Do I use my dad voice? Hey, cut the shit out.
Knock it off.
Fuck's wrong with you?
Hold the light still.
Don't believe everything on the fucking internet. You know, fucking read
Yeah.
books. Like,
Read a
actually
book,
fucking
goddamn
learn
it.
something. Shit.
Educate
Edu-
Pick up
Education.
an encyclopedia at some point.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. David, thank you again so much for
Thank you guys
joining
for
us
having me. Man.
tonight.
It was
Thank you
fun.
for coming,
Really
brother.
appreciate you
Oh, it
making
was
some
fun,
time
man.
for
I
us,
appreciate
man.
it. Thank you.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here, you guys. Again, check out Sinister Fate on social medias, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, all that good stuff. We have your Bandcamp link up on the description below. Be sure to check them out on Bandcamp. And again, everybody, thank you again to David Gates for coming and joining us today.
Bates, sir.
Bates, my
I'm the
apologies.
guy. I'm not that dude from Avenged Sevenfold.
I was so straight until the end. I fucked it up.
Yeah, because I know it's because Sinister Gates, you know, so it's like that. Yeah, I get I get that.
Bates, my apologies. David, again, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us. We appreciate it. At the end of each show, we always send you guys out with a little message and a little something. I'm going to say go scare somebody.
I was going to say do something that scares you.
Yeah, go do something scary. It's spooky season.
Spooky season.
Elaborate pranks are always a good one. Yeah, if you guys are looking for a good prank, I would totally suggest go on YouTube. There are fake alien encounter videos where they're news clips that will talk about aliens touching down on the White House lawn. It's a really good one. If you have a bunch of gullible friends or roommates or significant others,
Show it to your grandma.
show it to your grandma. She might have a heart attack. She'll love it. Go scare somebody. Have some fun. Do something scary. Do something that scares you. That's where life starts, at the end of your comfort zone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap it up here from all of us here at Hawk Wins Radio Picture Show. To all of you out there, wherever you are, remember that the light of the end of the tunnel may be you. My name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
You guys have a great night. See you next week.
Peace. Okay, let's...
Bye, everybody.